I'm here with Annie from the Scandia Match Girls team, and she's going to explain to us, for the benefit of landlubbers who may not be too familiar with sailing. Annie, if you'd be good enough with our excellent model here.
Fantastic race course here. So if we imagine that the wind is coming down from the top here, if you were going for a fleet race, then there would be more than 2 bits of sugar lined up here. There would be, these are our boats. You would have all of the boats on the start line, and the goal would be to just go around the race course, which would be up here, back down, up again, and back down to the finish as fast as you can. But we do a discipline called match racing, and it doesn't matter how fast you go around this course. The goal is just to make sure that you stay ahead of the other boat. It doesn't matter if you win it by 1 inch, then that's fine. You just got to make sure you're ahead of the other boat.
What's the procedure for the race? How does it start?
So 4 minutes before the start gun, both boats will come round the top of the ends of the start line here and down, and you'll see them do something like this, which is called a dial up. And basically, from the moment they come in here, they're on a collision course, and then that means this boat has to do something to avoid a crash. And from that moment, both boats will be jostling for position, so that 4 minutes later, when the start gun goes, they're in the best position possible to start.
It sounds a bit like a big game of chicken, basically, is it?
You're right, it is. It's a massive game of chicken, and really you have to decide how much risk you want to take, risk versus reward. It's like a chess game.
Right. Now, you're effing and jeffing at each other, the referees are raising flags, there's lots of rules, you're grassing each other up.
Yeah.
For infringements and stuff. It sounds very uncivilised. How do the officials work?
So whenever you think the other boat has infringed you, then you wave a flag, and often you do shout something as well, preferably at the umpires, but sometimes at them. And then the umpires have to respond. So they either put up a green flag if they think there wasn't an incident and you're just acting a little bit like a footballer. If they think there really was an infringement, then they will penalise one of the boats. So they'll put up a flag the same colour as one of the boats, and it'll either be yellow or blue. So as you're going around the race course, if this boat has a penalty, they have to do a turn like this.
All right. Okay.
So obviously that's not very fast because you're going the wrong way to the way you want to go. So you have to do 1 spin. You can get more than 1 penalty. You can get 2, in which case you have to take the first one straight away. If you get 3 penalties without having relieved yourself of any of them, they put up a black flag. It's the flag of death. It means you're out. That race is over.
So what happens if you get a penalty late in the race, you haven't managed to get your spin in before the finish? How does that work?
So you might sometimes see that as they come around the final mark here, they've only got this 1 leg left before the finish. And if this boat in front has a penalty, but the boat behind is so close that they can't get a spin in without being blocked, then they need to somehow get rid of this penalty or give this boat a penalty. And normally you would expect the boats to come fast down to the finish line, but what you might see happening up here is this boat tries to stop the whole race, and you'll see both boats, and this boat pulls all its sails in so it goes as slowly as possible downwind. If at the last windward mark, or the last mark of the course, which is up here, you see both boats completely stopping and lots of this going on, and you think, why are they going so slowly? It's because this boat's trying to get rid of a penalty, and it's the only option they have left.
So it's not that you're just not very good at sailing?
I hope not.
Right, okay.
And you can see there'll normally be quite a lot of action here, and quite a lot of shouting.
So it all sounds very devious, and there's a lot of do a lot of races end with bad blood between the competing crews?
It is very aggressive, you have to be, but before the Olympic Games we all travel on a big world tour circuit, and that's where we race against each other. And I've been on the circuit for the last 10 years. A lot of my biggest competitors are also some very good friends. They kind of have to be. But we're on the water, then it's war.